Very friendly. So this, yeah.
가서 좀 괜지. 이거. 그 다른 사람만 용시.
You don't talk about 다른 사람 Yes. Interview. Yes. I met you 7 years ago in Dar es Salaam. Yes. Still remember me? I met my wife to visit.
东京的首席记者。
I still remember the last time I speak Mandarin, and we have translator who speak Tibetan language. So it's very easy to communicate each other. But this time they ask me to speak English. It's good. It's nice. Yes.
啊，战友们啊，刚才看到这里的时候，大家看到这是在日本的东京啊，当时是这由我来安排的，啊，我是按照中国政法委书记孟建柱和当时的安全部副部长马建，以及中国的最高领导那就是习近平先生了啊，要求啊安排的在东京的采访。 这个采访的现场这是秘密进行的，是绝密。在这个绝密的采访当中，在东京酒店外面持枪的戒备森严啊！大家刚才看到那个视频当中啊，请一下，把刚才那个视频不要放，回到刚才那个视频，那个就王继言那块那个。大家看一下的这个视频啊，大家能看到，从屋里走出来的时候，第一个叫财家，这位财家先生是现在。 尊者达赖喇嘛最相信的一个人，他也在中国蹲过监狱啊。这曾经是一个老师啊，这个人是我见过西藏人当中一个具有代表。
가서 좀 괜지. 이거. 그 다른 사람만 용시.
You don't talk about 다른 사람 Yes. Interview. Yes. I met you 7 years ago in Dar es Salaam. Yes. Still remember me? I met my wife to visit.
东京的首席记者。
I still remember the last time I speak Mandarin, and we have translator who speak Tibetan language. So it's very easy to communicate each other. But this time they ask me to speak English. It's good. It's nice.
是那个叫李勉，是现在驻东京的首席记者。那么现在对面采访叫郑浩，这个郑浩也是中国共产党啊专门外派的。一会儿他自己会讲到，我们是80年代被外派到德国去啊，我们不能选择让你去德国就去德国，让你去哪里去哪里。所以这个屋子里面谁呀？后面这位先生看到吗？那是尊者达赖喇嘛的亲侄子。 所以这个地方是达赖喇嘛尊者的所有的最亲近的人，和中共派来的核心情报工作人员，和共产党相信的人。所以这个视频当中啊，能证明这个事情是核心的啊。然后呢，大家往下看啊，大家往下走吧。所以大家看到这是个很好的机会啊，大家看到。
I still remember, 7 years ago, I learned from you a lot. Yeah, so many things, so many knowledge.
Do you often visit mainland China?
Oh yes, often yes. My family is still in Beijing, so I travel a lot, several times, 1 month, But I'm working in Hong Kong. My basement is Hong Kong. My family is still living in Hong Kong. So I just arrived here last night from Hong Kong directly, and I will fly back to Hong Kong this afternoon. Just for this conversation.
How many languages do you speak? Cantonese, I think.
Cantonese is no problem with me.
Putonghua?
Putonghua, no problem. And I can speak a little bit German because I studied in Deutschland.
Oh,
Yeah, good Morgen, such as. This means good morning. Yes, I stay in Germany for more than 5 years, and my wife also. He got a PhD there. We studied economics. So
perhaps you met the German, perhaps your wife.
no, we were classmates in the university.
While studying German, you met,
because
you find
well,
good friend. Oh.
Yes, good question. By that time, we sent by the government. We don't have any.
不行，这来不及，应该往回来一点。刚才大家看到的这一段我希望大家要注意的是，刚才这个郑浩先生明确告达，我是政府指派的到德国的。我现在在这里看到的信息啊，大家要知道，这是归中国安全部所100%拥有的凤凰卫视，是香港的上市公司啊，它都是间谍，全是情报啊。那么这位郑浩呢，还有王继言先生都是安全部的。王继言先生作为凤凰的创始人的，他曾经是蒙古的党委书记王哲，他是他爸爸；蒙古的纪委书记是他妈妈。那么这个郑浩也是被委派到德国的，李淼是被委派到日本的，啊，所以达赖喇嘛尊者对面的所有人全是情报人员，而且他明确的一会儿会看到，大家要看到这个话里边说，我是被指派到外国去的，而且今天我到这里来采访你，我是受北京最高领导指示来采访你的，而且你有什么话你在这里说，我会直接给中央的最高领导，他们想听听你的声音，他们想看看你的观点，啊，大家一定要注意这些词儿啊，注意这些词儿，然后尊者非常大的智慧啊，就跟你聊，也打太极啊，聊着就把这问题全给你回答了。因为北京想问他的问题，你到底坚不坚持西藏独立啊？在这里边很清楚，坚持西藏独立已经不现实了，第一，第二个，我们没有说什么大藏区的事情，大藏区就是共产党宣传出来的，说达赖喇嘛要求所谓中间道路啊，这是中间道路是什么？什么中间道路？那就是他独立自治啊，就是要搞独立，事实独立。人家给明确说，我在中国宪法范围内的自治，而且西藏不管多少人口，其他民族54个民族，多小大没有大小民族，都是一样的，所以不存在大西藏，就把你共产党这个谎话给你踢回去了。第二个呢，所谓的大西藏的概念根本不存在，所有的自治不是叫独立的自治，所以这是很关键。他说我今天我在这重申的事情，所有的自治是在共产党中国宪法范围内的自治。第二个给你回去了，第三个就是可以很清楚，邓小平跟我说过是什么样的谈啊，怎么样的谈都可以。那么我们是接受这个谈法的，那就是说我们回去愿意以中国国家的利益，在一个国家的范围内实行自治。所以说这是共产党啊，在全世界都宣传说，达赖喇嘛要独立，他说我根本不要独立，这里明确跟你说了。第二个，所谓的特别的自治，他说我没有这自治，我是在共产党宪法范围内的自治。第三个，达赖喇嘛明确地告诉他，西藏寻求独立是不现实的，而且是愿意符合国家利益的。在这里面，大家要注意几个细节，关于18大这个话题，尊者达赖喇嘛强调最重要的话，说中国。班农先生，你一看到这个不知道你什么感受？我昨天晚上我又看了一遍，我看的我是热泪盈眶。就是当时几年前他就说，18大提出来的以人为本，以农民为本，尊重人权啊，还有特别关键的说，法治 rule of the law， 他讲了这个话，一再强调。还有一个就是中国要让世界信任，你要想领导世界，你得让人家信任。现在你周边邻国都被你吓得半死的，你就没人信任。今天再往回看几年前尊者的讲话，尊者真是个大智慧，他看清了这共产党的本质，就是个骗，就是个大骗子。那告诉共产党说，你要继续骗，就没人尊重你，你什么都没有。再一个，你得有老百姓，没有老百姓什么都没有。你得有法治，本来就是我的问题，我在这里了，我不独立，我愿意跟你解决。 可是你现在你老瞪点说瞎话，说我寻求大西藏事实独立，我不寻求独立呀，我就在你的这个宪法范围内，你给我的权利。而且西藏说要赶出藏人，根本没有这回事。所以说一会儿呢，接下来视频呢会有一个达赖喇嘛尊者给习近平的一封信，亲笔信。这封信本来不应该放的啊，在前天啊还说北京传来话说坚决不让放这个文件，视频挡不住你放吧。可是这个文件我觉得还是放，所以昨天我们就请了这个我们最好的美国朋友鲁仁达先生啊，我让他给翻译，是美国人翻译出来。一会儿我们把英文版的翻译和中文版、藏文版都会拿出来。在这封信里明确了西藏不寻求独立，西藏不存在寻求什么大藏区，西藏完全在中共宪法下执行自治，西藏完全服从中国利益，但希望共产党说话算话，以老百姓为本，要有大家信仰的自由。所以说，大家看到这个文件的时候啊，非常有意思。大家看这封信里边是写的什么？这是达赖喇嘛尊者亲笔信。尊敬的中华人民共和国国家主席习近平阁下，啊，然后再交给谁呀？烦请孟书记、马副部长转呈习近平主席。就是郭文贵去和达赖喇嘛见面，是经过是孟建柱当时的书记亲自领导的啊。这个马副部长是具体执行者，这个为的就是习近平阁下，习近平阁下啊。在下一章。大家看到这是信封，原件的信封啊，原件并没有给孟建柱啊，原件在我这里，原件在我这里。下一张，原件在我这里啊，所以当时我多写，这是当时写的原话，大家看一看啊，非常清楚的。在最近圆满结束3中全会了，通过未来深化这一系列主题，中国的文化啊，中国的文化啊。下一章，大家能看到这几个问题。所有这个稿子啊，在这封信的形成过程当中，我和尊者达赖喇嘛最起码见了5、6次以上。我在这个东欧啊、瑞士啊、日本啊，我跟他见面。为的就是探讨这封信啊，我是频繁的上北京啊，传达这个信的要求。他们每次做了一些要求和修改。这个达赖喇嘛在第1条里边，第一个就说到了没有大西藏的概念啊。第二个中间道路，我当时就给他要求了3条。你看看第2条声称的中间道路是独立的第一步，说这没有任何证据的指控。我本人诚心诚意、一心一意地坚守中间道路的立场。即是中华人民共和国宪法框架之中寻求实现藏民族愿望的决心不变，现在将来都一样。你说这都跪下了，这共产党他妈耍流氓耍了几十年，那个时候是55年了，人家说从来没有这个。有些指责我们企图驱赶藏区所有汉人的目的，人家说我根本就没有，也不可能啊，我也没这个能力，也不想。但是呢，要保持西藏的文化和这个环境的独立，是对世界负责，这是你共产党决定的，这难道有问题吗？最后一个问题是关于达喇嘛转世的问题，人家很清楚，关于达喇嘛转世啊，你要知道是解决，很简单嘛，就是我只要是符合了转世的条件，你就让我转世；你不符合，你就不让我转世，简单。这就像现在半农先生如果要怀孕了，他要生孩子，是吧？你觉得我这孩子该生，你就让我生；不让我还生，你就给我打掉。都这话都说出来，这当然了，半农先生不能怀孕啊。这个举例有问题啊。所以说大家要看到的这个整个达赖喇嘛尊者的这封信啊，最后说自焚啊，他坚决反对。共产党一再说是达赖喇嘛尊者发动了自焚。下一章。所以说。最后你看到啊，总而言之，他要解决这个西藏半个世纪的西藏问题，不仅有利于民族团结和国家稳定啊，提升中国国际形象、民族尊严， 也同时是习近平先生执政的最大的智慧和魄力啊。然后你看下边是亲笔写明，然后呢，这个财家在上面写，上边是根据藏文亲笔信函，由财家翻译中文，并以向尊者会合而定。展示一下，藏文的尊者的亲笔函啊。Beautiful， 你看这个藏文非常非常的漂亮，非常非常的漂亮。下一张，所以说这个大家看到了这个尊者的诚意啊。大家当看到这时候，你可以想想，你能相信共产党吗？啊，这个时候的55年，啊，55年了，共产党用以上的3个问题在打压西藏。还捏造出来这个尊者鼓励自焚。事实上，你们今天看到他用亲笔信来证明了，西藏完全不寻求独立，西藏不存在大西藏的概念，西藏完全接受中共宪法内的这个自治，西藏完全服从中国的一个国家利益，完全反对自焚。但是这几条却成了共产党来打击西藏所有的在世界上的宣传。悲剧呀，悲剧呀！所以说今天这个马上梵蒂冈要和他开始这个要搞什么了？要搞这个梵蒂冈要和中国和好了，这是对宗教最大的侮辱。这是过去的4、5年，中国的宗教走向了历史上最坏的时候，比毛泽东的时候还坏，现在却要在世界上成为梵蒂冈欢迎中国这个要把这个宗教给解放，不是悲剧吗？所以从香港问题，从这个达赖喇嘛尊者的这些信和这个跟共产党的这个合作，你永远不可能被兑现。所以我说美国朋友，你们看看中共的历史他们是怎么戏耍达赖喇嘛尊者的。最重要的事情，大家看完这个视频，当这个视频交给了习近平先生以后，我被孟建柱指示为要杀掉达赖喇嘛。他不是要兑现诺言，他把这信拿到了视频拿到了，说你看，有一天告诉西藏人民，达赖喇嘛从来不想不独立，也没有大西藏，也不让你们自焚，而且尊重中国一个国家主权。这永远拿这个东西可以告诉西藏人，西藏人相信达赖喇嘛尊者，和共产党不一样，中国人民不相信共产党，这是本质不同。这就是尊者达赖喇嘛他的伟大的地位。他就是佛，他就是菩萨，所以说，亲爱的战友们，这就是一个真实的共产党。最后，他们拿到这东西还想杀掉他，干掉他，这就是文贵精神经。请看以下视频。
Was to go the country like America or Canada or Japan. So we sent by the government directly. They said you go to Germany, so we go to Germany. So, but that is happened only last century, the 1980s. But now it's totally different. We can choose any country we want to go.
Right.
Yes.
Much
So
change.
this is a
Much
big change.
Yes.
It's a huge change. Yeah. It's great. So shall we start? Everything is okay? It's okay?
It's okay.
Okay, it's okay. So we can start. So it's really great time to meet you here again. Since I met you 2007, I still remember everything, every details. It's beautiful and.
When did you speak? Cantonese, I think.
Cantonese is no problem with me.
Putonghua?
Putonghua, no problem. And I can
English.
speak a little bit German because I studied in Deutschland.
Oh.
Yeah. Good Morgen, such as. This means good morning. Yes. I stayed in Germany for more than 5 years. And my wife also, he got a PhD there. We studied economics. So.
Perhaps you met the German. Perhaps Your wife?
No, we were classmates in the university.
While studying German, you met,
because,
you find
well,
good friend. Oh.
Yes, good question. By that time, we sent by the government. We don't have any choice to go the country like America or Canada or Japan. So we sent by the government directly. They said you go to Germany, so we go to Germany. So, but that is happened only last century, you know, the 1980s. But now it's totally different. We can choose any country we want to go.
That's right.
Yes.
Much
So
change.
this is a big
change.
change.
Yes.
It's a huge change. Yeah.
Right.
It's great. So shall we start? It's okay.
It's okay.
Okay, it's okay. So we can start. So it's really great time to meet you here again. Since I met you 2007, I still remember everything, every details. It's beautiful, and this is really great time to meet you here again. The purpose of this interview, if you allowed me to make a very brief remark, is directly to somebody in Beijing, and they are very interesting to listen to you this time. I know this is really great time to have this conversation because the Beijing want to understand you, position, everything. So frankly, I will ask you some questions, maybe 3, very directly, very brief, very sharp. So if you understand, you can give me a reply. I'm really appreciate. Whatever you want, what kind of things you want to say, will be directed to Beijing. This is my major purpose for this conversation. So if you allow me to start.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Okay, the third plenary session of the 18th CPC Central Committee has just announced the public even to the world that the new leadership will take some new reforms, covered 15 areas: economic, political, social, government rules, rule of law. Everything will be start the new things. They start a new journey. So, if you could tell me what's your comments for these very key meetings given by the CPC Central Committee. So could you just tell me what's your first image of this?
Thank you. Indeed, I'm very happy having this meeting, interview. As you mentioned, this interview will reach in Peking and mainland China. So it is something very, very important. So sometimes, due to contact, and sometimes to say misunderstanding. So that sometimes creates unnecessary problem. So this kind of interview or talk is very helpful in order to get the real picture. Now, your question. Of course, almost whole my life is a very close connection with the development in People's Republic of China. So I usually look 4 eras. Now, including today, 5 era. First, Chairman Mao's era. Chairman Mao Zedong, I personally, know several meetings when 1954, 55. Oh, great revolutionary, really great sort of, I think hero. I think it's the early part of his sort of life and during revolution work and Yan'an, what would call it, the cave Yemen, isn't it? Kasati.
Yemen. What is
Yemen.
it?
Oh,
Yeah.
oh. And then at the early part, I think really wonderful. I think under the leadership of Chairman Mao and the Communist Party,
Yes.
I think really made, I think, tremendous sort of contribution. So Chairman Mao's period very much emphasis importance of ideology. Then Deng Xiaoping era, he emphasizes more important economy. Sometimes he may be a little negative about ideology.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter capitalism or socialism.
Exactly.
So long you see people's living standard improve. That's more important.
Yeah.
So you see his new initiative, I think, really brought big change in people's world of China. Economic condition much improved. Now, several hundred, I think, millions of people's living standard much improved. Then Jiang Zemin era, because now you see because of economy liberalization, the middle class people also increase, and then also billionaires also used to come. So these not only new class but also quite influential in the society.
Right.
So therefore, the Jiang Zemin, they saw now the Communist Party no longer just represent working class people. So three represents. This concept you should develop. Then Wu Jintao era, because now the gap rich and poor, and also the coastal areas economic condition and interior area differences.
Yeah.
And then also in the past, working class people certain right they take for granted. Now these also they're sometimes a little bit difficult. So therefore they and then you see the gap rich and poor. This also become very serious. So therefore the Wu Jintao now particularly emphasis the promotion of harmonious society.
That's right.
These things I think really shows the same party, Communist Party, have the ability, according new reality, and act accordingly.
Yeah.
More realistic way. So now, fifth era, Xi Jinping era. Now, firstly, I think the as the People's Republic of China, as a the country most populated nation in the whole world, 1.34 billion population, and the Congo long history. Basically, generally speaking, China is cultured people of Chinese, and Chinese brothers, sisters. I think long history and cultured people and hardworking and realistic. I noticed wherever you see they live, America, India, or Malaysia, or Indonesia, see their economic condition very good. They easily adopt the new environment, and through their own hard work, you see their economic condition, you see very good. And then, meantime, they keep their tradition, Chinese tradition. So now the new leadership, I think, I'm quite sure now reality is changing, whole world, things are changing. So the great nation, people from China, there is potential because of ancient, most populated nation. Now economy also now grow quite well. Therefore, people from China can take important constructive role on the global level. Although things are being opened, economic liberalization, and that opened more wider contact with the outside world. Now people from China, I think in global issues such as the environment issue and some other sort of issue, world peace in many fields, I think people from China can make significant contribution. So for that reason, firstly, within China, now, I'm frankly speaking, still there are a lot of problems.
Yes.
So we have to sort of accept the problem and then face these problems. It is better, face this problem and tackle and accept. Sometimes people, there's a problem, but seems no problem. That's not much sort of helpful. So must be realistic, must accept, must face the reality. So now, after Xi Jinping, take the responsibility. It seems now even before, his sort of tackle about corruption. So it seems quite serious.
Yes.
And quite courageous.
Yes.
And also, seems to see man of action.
Yes.
Nice words, not stop on that. The action.
Exactly.
Implement.
Exactly. Yes.
So that I very much impressed. Courageous leader, courageous leader. Now this recent meeting, the party meeting, although I did not sort of get the full picture, but seems out of it, many points which you mentioned, Xi Jinping very much concerned about farmers, countryside.
Yeah.
I think basically India, as well as China, farmland. The farmers are very, very important. Sometimes I feel, too much industry and little bit neglect about farming. Then we cannot eat machines.
No.
Finally, our stomach must have filled by the farmers' sort of production.
Exactly.
That's most important. And because recently I met some, of course now these years, number of Chinese from mainland China coming to see me, and some poor peasant also I met. They are dressed very poor and without the soap, very poor, and face also very, very poor. I asked their condition. Seems a very sad sort of situation. The local people, local officials, not much pay attention about these poor people sort of their right or their well-being. So that now President Xi Jinping mentioned these things. I think very good. And then these poor people also mentioned to me when they face some problem, there's no proper protection, no rule, proper rule. So they are really. So therefore, Xi Jinping mentioned about the rule of law.
Rule of law, yes.
Or about the legal system.
Yeah.
I think that also is very important. I often expressing the People's Republic of China, the judiciary system lift on the international level to the judiciary system. That I think that very, very important. I consider this, I think that I always expressing when I met some Chinese friend. So now I felt this is a sort of beginning, to reach that level. I think that's wonderful. Then meantime, I also expressing 1.3 billion Chinese people, or 3 or 4 billion Chinese people, have every right to know the reality.
Yeah.
Once the great people knows the reality, ability judge right or wrong.
Exactly.
So therefore, and after all, the People's Republic of China, the very name People's Republic and People's Government. So ultimately, Communist Party is representing of the over 1 billion to the population. People's Party. So therefore, I mean, a little bit sort of blunt.
Yeah.
I usually call the too much censorship. Censorship.
Yes.
As right. I think transparency is very, very essential. After all, the party really dedicated well-being of the people, of the country. So every day work should be open, transparent. This, I think, very, very important for unity, harmony. Unity, harmony, stability must come from heart. Once people have trust, then unity comes. So therefore, I think this sort of new initiative, I think, really affect people's sort of trust. And then unity, stability automatically come. Unity among sort of different, or say, the ethnic groups also, you see, it is very, very important. Much to say, ultimately, trust is the key factor. So I think these initiatives really very, very sort of effective. I think
Yes.
very good sort of start. But sometimes I sort of expressing, of course, initiative, wonderful, but we have to wait, see the result or real implementation. So as I mentioned earlier, now Xi Jinping seems to be man of action. So I'm quite sort of confident. I think he really implement what he sort of said. I think.
Yeah.
Then I think many problems which domestically facing some problem, these automatically reduce or disappear or solve. So now I'm looking forward next few years under his leadership, what kind of thing happen.
Yeah, this is really good comments. You just gave me a very general pictures about the 4 generations, the leadership, and I just want to focus on the Xi Jinping leadership because this is new leadership has very good start with their own working styles and the people trust them. They made a very good start. So what's your comments on the Xi Jinping's leadership and his group with their works right now? And do you have confidence? Also, I understand you mentioned this earlier, but I want to emphasize that do you have full confidence with this leadership and with China's future? Do you have?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Not only just myself, some my friend in India and also some other country. They say those people who met Xi Jinping and also Li Keqiang, Prime Minister, say many of them, she told me, they very much impressed. So you see, they speak what they are really feeling, express, not just reading.
Yes.
Reading paper.
No, that is boring. Yes.
So you see, seems as I mentioned earlier, I think party have the ability to act according new reality. Now new reality, see, more open, more sort of direct sort of work, and an effective sort of rule is very, very important. So that I think Xi Jinping seems already now committed that way. So I quite say quite sort of confident. I think things under his leadership, I think things will be more concrete, positive result may come.
Yes.
Of course, as a Buddhist monk, although sometimes I myself, also express to people the effect of prayer, I believe, limited. Real effect come from action, not prayer. However, I want to pray his work successful on what his aim is. China, people from China. You see, domestically or internationally become something really happy, stable, and good image. That I really feel, I pray.
Yes. I just want to ask another question.
And I would like to mention.
Yes, please.
Regarding the Tibet problem, since 1974, we made up in our mind. Now, the question of independence is unrealistic.
Okay.
Now, and then later, so you see, we develop the certain right which mentioned in the Constitution. These right should implement fully. That's our main sort of main wish. Then later, now time passes, economy also you see now really you see develop. So therefore, remain within the People's Republic of China is our own interest. We Tibetan also want modernized Tibet.
Good.
For that reason, you see, the People's Republic remain within the People's Republic of China.
Yeah.
We get plenty of money, so we can develop. Meantime, our own cultural heritage, including our language,
must be protected.
This is so this fully protect and take care fully about environment. Tibetan environment is some, because of high altitude and dry climate, is quite delicate.
Yes.
Some Chinese ecologist one time he wrote an article. He mentioned Tibetan plateau is third pole. Reason, effect from Tibetan plateau for global warming, he found as much as North Pole and South Pole. Therefore, he described Tibetan plateau is third pole. So even global warming, the Tibetan plateau is something very important to keep, to preserve.
Yes.
So therefore, you see, so we fully committed, remain within the People's Republic of China, is for our own interest.
Okay.
So therefore, you see, more prosperity, good image of People's Republic of China, and more trust, more respect from rest of the world, and carry some constructive, important role on the global level by People's Republic of China. It's really, we really want that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's very good. I fully understand what you're saying, and I totally agree with you. This is a really good points. And if I may ask another question about the future of China. You know, the China grows very rapidly. It has a great influence, not in the regional area, but also in the world. So many, I mean, the international community, you know, respect China more and more. So the future for China, especially after this new leadership take office, is hopefully to get more progress in every areas, in every progress. The people, you know, has a great hopeful or the confidence with the China. So how do you comment about the future of China? I mean, the nation, the country, in the global stage.
As I already mentioned, you see, there is real potential. Now some Chinese, their aim, China should become one superpower.
Superpower, yes.
That's a legitimate right, because of the population size.
Yes.
And ancient nation. So now, I think the military power there in order to become superpower.
You know, the people like to talk about this.
And
that is true, yes.
And the population power there. Now, I think respect, trust from the rest of the world, and particularly neighboring states, that I think important. So I think a new leadership, I hope you should pay more attention, close relation with these, firstly, neighboring states, like India. Now India, now last almost now 55 years now, India is my second home.
Yeah.
And historically, all our spiritual sort of knowledge come from India. So we have very close link. So the close relation between India and China is very, very important.
Yes.
Unity, close relation on the basis of mutual trust is not only two countries' interest, but also interest for whole Asia and even whole world peace. I think the unity between India and China, most of two populated nation, isn't it?
Yeah.
And historically very close. So then Japan also is very, very important. Also geographically, the land quite small, but people really modern. Among the Asian country, Japan is the most modernized, technologically modernized nation.
Yes.
And you see, culturally very close, China and Japan. So it's a good relation. good relation, not just as the money matter or political matter, but really as a human to human being. That sort of relation. I always consider, whenever I go, whenever I give talk, I always consider myself as another human being.
Yes.
Human to human being.
Yeah.
That's fundamental level.
Yeah.
Sometimes we neglect about the fundamental level, sameness of humanity, but secondary level, different religious faith, different culture, different nationality, too much emphasis on that.
Yes.
That sometimes is causing problem. So I really feel important close relation, trust, relation based on trust and respect. Then I think China, people of China, really can work effectively on global issue like that.
Yeah, it's great. Yes, I fully understand and fully agree with you. You just excellent, and your opinions, your analysis are so important to someone in Beijing. I think this is a really positive conversation, and this is really good for the new start maybe between you and China. I hope so, because you have just mentioned that the new leadership, President Xi Jinping, his working style is different with the others, and he's a very practical man, put everything in action immediately after saying something. So this is really good. If you can just tell me briefly that if you have any good suggestions or advice to the new leadership, if we want to say, if we want to express to them, I would be very happy to listen. And I think they will be very happy to listen to you because you're so smart, so talented person. We are very respect you very, very much. So would you please just say some advice?
Basically, you see, huge country, huge problem.
That's right. This is the reality.
How to tackle this problem, I think they know best. I do not know.
No,
nothing to say.
I'm sure they want to listen to you in some way because you are so important.
I think my sort of special sort of field,
right.
My interest is human value. Human value means from our birth, we already equipped the seed of affection, love, compassion. All social animals biologically have that sort of that potential or that experience. Even animal,
yes,
yeah, we also have. Now sometimes, many parts of the world, corruption, injustice, bully, exploitation, even religious people. Sometimes religion used for instrument of exploitation.
Understand, yes.
So all these ultimately lack of moral principle. Now over billion population, ancient nation, now really need pay more attention about basic human value, honest, truthful, more. That's very, very important.
What about the compromise?
Now that's through education. Use also the common sense.
Yes.
Now many scientists, now last over 30 years, I have sort of series of dialogue with many scientists now, over 30 years.
Yeah.
Mainly from America and also Europe and also from Japan. Now the scientists, through their investigation, experiment,
Yes.
warm-hearted person, blood pressure reduce, stress much reduce.
That's right.
So as a result, the person is much happier. Too much self-centered attitude, too much ego. And then, you see, fear, anger, hatred, actually eating our immune system. So for our own health, peace of mind is very, very essential. So wherever I go, I always talking. Now, we are human beings. We are a social animal.
Yes.
You see, we need, human affection, human compassion.
这是
That is
普通话翻译。
not
国人听到吗？
necessarily come from
1、2、
religion,
3、1、2、3，
No.
听到吗？
but biologically we
1、2、3、
already
1、2、3
equipped.
Yeah.
Now,
现在是
today,
在是声
world
音，
population
可以吗
around
？OK，
7 billion
Yes.
human population.
Yeah.
Out of 7 billion, over 1 billion essentially non-believer. So sometimes the people had the wrong impression. The concept of compassion is something religious sort of matter. So
Yeah.
those people who have not much interest about religion, they also neglect about these values. Result, very unhappy person.
Yes.
Some of my sort of friend, some American billionaire,
Yes.
very rich, but as a person, very unhappy person.
Yeah. Yes.
Too much stress,
That's
too much
right.
anxiety.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
So that I really, you see, that now this is one opportunity. I really, you see, feel China,
Yeah.
cultured people,
Yes.
or like Confucius sort of teaching this. You see, respect, love, it's the key factor.
Yes.
As a human being.
And this is our traditions.
So
We have
these
to-
are,
yes.
these are, I think, and Buddhism, China.
Yes. Yes.
Basically,
Yes.
historically, Buddhist country.
Yes.
So Buddhist tradition. Now, number of scientists really showing interest about Buddhist psychology.
Yes.
So I have me, one half Buddhist monk, half scientist. So you see,
know that.
dealing with these scientists
Yes.
last, as I mentioned earlier, over 30 years.
That's right.
So really useful. You see, how to tackle the mental problem
Exactly. Yes.
and the society problem.
Yes.
How to build happy individual, through that way, happy family, happy community. So these are also, I think, the new leadership.
Yes.
I think really worthwhile. Pay some attention about our deeper human values,
Good.
mainly through education.
Yes, very good. I learned a lot from you. Just like take a lesson from you. This is a really good opportunity to listen to you. I think the people, the people in China or somebody in Beijing also interesting to listen to you very carefully. Thank you very much. Our time is almost here. Thank you very much again. I wish you all successful and all wonderful. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Or
Yes.
speaking.
Yeah.
It is possible.
It's possible. Yeah.
Possible.
You want
Possible.
to go Beijing?
Certainly.
Okay. I will. Just send you a message to somebody, and you will come anytime.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.